American confidence in higher education down sharply. This is a Gallup poll, okay? Down sharply. Here we go. Cuomo, we're having a conversation with Cuomo in the back in the cigar lounge, and he's not sure if he's going to put one of his kids through college. He says, I'm going to have the kid maybe go 1 year to see what's going to happen with him. That's a very normal conversation people are having right now. Here you go. Americans' confidence in higher education has sharply declined to 36%, down from 57% in 2015. Okay, we're not talking about like a slight decline. In 2015, just 8 years ago, we were at 57%, we're at 36%. And when it was at 48% in 2018, only 17% have a great deal of confidence, with 19% having quite a lot of confidence, while 40% have some, 22% have very little confidence. All major subgroups, particularly Republicans, have shown a decrease in confidence. Republicans experienced the largest drop, falling 20 points to 19%, the lowest among group. Confidence amongst adults without a college degree and those aged 55 and older are also dropped significantly. So watch this. Republican confidence, major drop-off. Confidence amongst adults without a college degree, major drop-off, which makes sense. They didn't have one either. But the one that's confusing is aged 55 and older. You're 55. Those are the people that tell their grandkids to do what? Go to school, stay in college, get a degree. Yeah. Now they're saying, hey, Johnny, guess what? I changed my mind. Yeah. You may have other options. Democrats are the only subgroup with majority level confidence in higher education at 59%. There's a growing divide between Republicans and Democrats regarding their confidence, with Democrats concerned about costs and Republicans expressing concerns about politics in higher education. So guess what? Families are not even waking up right now saying, hey, let's send our kids to school. There's other ways to make money today. So Tom, for somebody that went to school, you were an adjunct professor at Biola, at Pepperdine. What do you see when you're seeing something like this? And your daughter just 3 weeks ago got 1560 on her SATs.
So I see two things going on right now. Obviously, the circle, my social circle, is a lot of conservative people that are concerned about, they call it here politics, it's quality. Dems are concerned about price, Republicans are concerned about quality. It's kind of interesting. It's a very economic balance there. But in my social circle, I'm seeing people very concerned about this and very concerned about sending their kid for school for anything except STEM or business or technical skill, meaning medicine. Like you're going to be an engineer, that's STEM. Medicine, that's also STEM.
Science, technology, engineering, math. Correct?
Or they're going to get a business degree because they can apply that. If you want to run a nonprofit, go get a management degree. You can apply that. So people are concerned about anything but that because of indoctrination and quality on that side. On the other side, people are concerned about the ongoing cost. That's why Dems want, forgive all the student loans. I bought and paid for something, I don't like it anymore, and now I want to get a refund, is basically what it boils down to. What I see is, a problem with education itself that is run amok. And you're talking about changes in government, one of the things that I would go after is, I would go after the enablement of student loans. Because if student loans get forgiven, what are the universities going to do? Drop their prices? No. They're sitting on these giant endowments. They're not going to drop the price because the next generation is going to get student loans again. They can charge whatever price they want, and the federal government is a backstop of affordability, so all these kids can just get the student loans and run the tab up again. It is a vicious credit card cycle. I think the problem is two-sided. It's the cost, the opportunistic nonprofit universities that keep raising the cost, and what they've decided to be woke in teaching, that's the problem. That is the whole problem. And on the other side of it, you got rational people who are saying, man, if my kid's not going to go into STEM or business, I'm really worried about this, because what are you going to do with that education?
You know what it's like? Last night, it's midnight. This guy plumber comes up, and his name is Vinny. Okay, weird. Senna couldn't believe it.
Really?
Yeah. So we're outside, flashlight, all this stuff. Here's the issue. There's flooding everywhere. It's a mess. And in my mind, while I'm walking up, he says, I'm about to give you the quote on what it's going to cost you to fix this. You know what I'm saying in my mind? Okay. So let's just say he says $1,000, which wasn't $1,000. It's a lot more than $1,000. What am I going to say? Yeah, let me get a second opinion. At midnight.
Yeah, no.
And not have water for.
He also sees your house. He's like,
he also sees the house. He sees the community. So then I'm like, in my mind, I'm asking, what's your number that you're going to say no to?
Yeah.
Then, you know what one side of PBD said? There is no number. I'm not joking with you. There is no number. What am I going to do?
Yeah, say no.
The heater is about to explode, the tank, because dirt is going through it. So if you leave it like that, it's going to go into all the, and then it's going to be a $500,000, $1 million deal because it's all this stuff that within the house. So he gives me the number. And what are you negotiating? There is no negotiation.
No, he'll leave.
No, okay, no problem. You want to think about it?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Okay, yeah. The problem's going to get bigger.
But you literally have no power in this position. The only thing that person has to think about is, do I want this guy as a referral source, or do I want this guy to keep doing business with me? So he can rip me off once, and I'll never do business with him, and I still have to pay him, and I'll tell the world about it. Or he can be fair, and I'll continue doing business with him, and I'll tell the world about it. Guess what? He tells me the price. I said, why is this going to cost us much money? Because this part is this much money. I go online. He was right. In front of him, I'm doing it. The part was $1,500. Then there's labor. Then him coming up at late. Then he's dug a whole thing. The whole guy's dirt.
Yeah.
Dirty all over the place on him, right? So I said, no problem. Let's go ahead and do. We cut the check. You know, a few $1,000s right there, whatever. But what's the moral of the story? Guess what? The same way hospitals are not regulated on what they charge you when you stay at that. There is no you know, hospitals don't have a regulation on what they can charge you. Do you know that? They can charge you. There is no menu when you go to the hospital saying, how much does this cost? How much does that cost? The same way hospitals don't have a menu with prices because they can choose whatever they want the prices to be. Colleges don't have a regulation on what the prices are going to be. Colleges can increase it and say, don't. No problem. Don't. Do whatever you want. There is no regulation. The only thing we ever did to hold hospitals accountable was in 2019, 2020, Trump came out with a law to force hospitals to put their numbers publicly, or else they're going to get fined. Guess what? Out of 6,000 hospitals, Brandon, how many of them have been fined? 4 out of 6,000 hospitals have been fined. Wow. 4 out of 6,000 hospitals have been fined. They're like, screw you, we're not going to put these numbers publicly. Only 4 have been fined, and the fine is like 20 grand. It's not like a big fine that they're doing anyways. They wanted to raise it to 2 million for bigger hospitals. Moral of the story here right now, there has to be a major shift in the way the economy is going. People's income hasn't exploded. This whole concept of the rich getting richer, poor getting poor.
No middle class.
The middle class is gone. Hey, if you enjoyed this short clip, you want to watch the whole thing, click over here. But if you want to make 2023 the beginning of the greatest years of your life, I host a conference once a year. It's called the Vault Conference, where 3,000 CEOs, executive, entrepreneurs from around the world come together to strategize for 3.5 days. This year it's going to be at Miami Diplomat Resort. And the speakers this year is going to be Tom Brady. He'll be there. I'll be interviewing him. Mike Tyson, Will Guidara, the guy that ran 11 Madison in New York. If you run a business, if you're a CEO, entrepreneur, and executive, this is not an event you want to miss out on. Get yourself, your spouse, your business partner, your running mates registered, and I look forward to seeing you there. Click on the link here or see the link in the description, and I hope to spend 3.5 days with you in Miami in August and September. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.